universe. Indoor flow. I am Jessica. Sup? I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. We are going to be cutting away any old stuff, whether that is karmic baggage or that is cord cutting. You need to cut away certain connections. Whatever that is, we are going to be and removing that. So if you're new to the community family, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your self-care routine. So you come into the space and you take care of yourself. And if you are new, welcomes. You are now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forehead. You ready? Put the foreheads out. And for all of my returning babies, you get motherfucking kisses. Mama loves you, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. We start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, you ready? Let's go. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, 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 okay. So let's get into some breath work. And as we're doing that, I would like to invite those who are interested in my Reiki Master Teacher Certification. I also call it the Energy Healing Apprenticeship. If you're interested in that, we will be starting the pre-week, which is free, and it is for everyone who would like to participate and see what a week like in the apprenticeship would be like. So you can go to thempcommunity.com, or you can go to my website, reikihealinghope.com, and there's all that information there under the apprenticeship. So can't wait to see you there. Okay, 2 more breaths. Another breath. Okay. And release. Now when we get into breath work, what you want to do is you want to decide how deep or how shallow you would like your breath to be. It's going to be different for each person. And just honor your body. Honor your body. Honor your body. Honor your body. Okay. And as you're exhaling, I'm just going to pull out and release. 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 Okay. So you choose. Okay. So if you're going to go deep, you're going to hold it the entire time. If you're going to go shallow, you slow down. Okay. Inhale. Exhale, release. Another breath, inhale. Exhale, release. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Okay, fantastic. So, right now, what we're doing and working on here any belief systems that no longer serve you. And when I say belief systems, I'm not necessarily saying religious things. What I'm saying here in belief systems is when you developed how you look at the world, you probably developed it when you were young. And you've been using the same belief system as the foundation for everything that you've built off of. And it's amazing how life has become what it is. But we should be able to release, mature, or let go of old systems that don't work. So if we feel when we enter relationships, or if we have goals, if we feel that our needs are not being met, or we feel for some reason behind in life, even though we can see actually it's not that bad, or it's not this, or it's not that, it's because that belief system you created when you were 7 years old is not being satisfied, because the goals you have now is of that person who is whatever your age is. So it's not going to be compatible. So instead of feeling that you have to keep on chasing another person, another goal, another situation, another identity, change the belief system itself. So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now here, take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. Second breath. Exhale, release. Final breath. And exhale, release it all out. Let it go, okay? So how do you feel? I want your shoulders to melt away from your ears, for you to feel stacked in your frame. So just, and if you need to take some gentle neck movement, you can. You can go forward and back, forward and back. And let's go to the side too. Side, 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 and feel free to do some rolls. And you can focus on one area if it feels good. Opposite direction. Roll it out. And just do a turn, just turning to the right, turning to the left, turning to the right, and turning to the left, okay? Release and let it go. Now let's go right here, right there, okay? Right there. To the third eye. And we're going to work with sight, vision. You have to be able to see where you are going and what you want when you are going there. It doesn't matter if you're there yet. It doesn't even matter if you have all the resources or the plan in place yet. If you cannot see it, it's going to be very difficult moving forward. There's so many people who want to move forward in their life and they have no clue what it looks like. So visualize that. And the only way to do that is to explore things you like, explore new paths, give yourself that permission. So let's remove some of that old stuff that might be getting notice that if you keep it open, you might allow your gaze to just go to a certain point. It might allow it to blur. If you close your eyes, that's fine. Look at it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, okay? Now, see the life you want. See what it looks like. What are you doing? What's your everyday life look like? What's important to you? How do you look? Does your style change? Does your appearance change? Does your environment change? Does how you feel inside change? So whatever that is, feel it and feel yourself there in this moment. In this exact moment, feel yourself there. And start to just walk backwards and create a plan from where you're at to there. Okay, so you're just gonna walk backwards, walk backwards, walk backwards, again walk backwards. Okay, release. So, how do you feel? Okay. Now pull that energy down from the crown to the third eye. From the third eye back up to the crown. To the center of the universe. Or whatever your universe is. And bring it back down through the crown. And again through the third eye. Okay, fantastic. Now let's work right here in the throat, okay? So in the throat, you want to be able to say what you actually want to say. Not what you think someone else wants to hear, not what you feel like you're being imposed on to say, but say what you mean. So anytime that you felt like you couldn't say what you really meant, or say what was important to you, let's just remove that. So we're going to go from the front, the back, and the sides of the neck, disconnecting anything that needs to be released. yourself. Just allow life to happen however it needs to happen, okay? Just slowly going to take this over your energy. When you are cord cutting and you're letting things go, you have to be realistic with yourself and practical. When you cut things out of your life, you are able to move forward, but you may leave things behind that you're used to. But you have to be okay with this new journey being enough. Sometimes people want to move so fast and they're not ready to cut people out. Yes, someone might be toxic in your life, or you might be toxic in someone else's life just because of how life is showing up in the moment. But what you have to be open to is an understanding that if you just completely cut this person off or that person off cold turkey and you're not really ready to move on, you could do even further damage because it's a yo-yo back and forth. So take your time. If you're going to cut something out or leave it out of your life, don't let it back in. Don't use this session to cord cut and then be calling that person the next day, okay? Just release it. So let's just keep going. Keep going. Let's keep going, okay? So now let's let go of the past. You remember once upon a time when it was time to let go of the past. You did. And you have the Exhale, release. Another breath. Exhale, release. One more breath. And exhale and release. process of cutting people out is not a negative thing. It frees you and it frees them to be whomever they really need to be, and for you to be whoever you need to be too. Sometimes two really good people can be stuck in a cycle and not be behaving or showing up as a self that they really want to show up as. It doesn't make anyone evil or bad. It just means let things you can experience that you didn't even know you could experience. So don't limit yourself just to what you used to think or what you initially thought life would be. Open yourself up to this new life, this new memory, this new realization, this new focus. Open yourself up to that. Open yourself up to that, to that, to that. And just go with it, rock with it, be yourself. No judgment. Okay. So now we're going to focus on your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. So when I'm talking about belief here, I'm talking about judgment. So how can we release self-judgment, self-criticism? There's nothing wrong with being objective and learning from our experiences in life. But if we are criticizing simply for the sake of criticizing and not for the sake of making a new turn or understanding a new perspective, then that isn't useful for us. It might be easier to look at it this way. This brain that we have and this body that we have has adapted, over hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years for our species to get to this moment. And the way that we live life, we have, I can't even say evolved because we haven't had enough time to evolve yet. We have rapidly transformed our everyday life and technology. Our body has not caught up to what technology brings us. Because of that, we still have those same fears and anxieties, but we assign it to something different. We assign it to the fear of, what if this doesn't happen? Or what if so-and-so feels this way? Or what if I'll never find X, Y, and Z? Our bodies would have assigned that to perhaps a predator or the fear of starvation before, things like that. But now we just reassign it to something else. So even when we eliminate, okay, this is causing me anxiety, it might pop up somewhere else. It's because you have to help your body evolve. You have to help your body grow. You have to show your body that it is okay, that things are going to be okay. I promise you that any problem you have, you're not the first person to have it, and there are solutions out there. Even if it's a dire problem, even if it's a tough problem, you're not the first person with the problem, and there are solutions. It's okay to feel upset or to feel disappointed. That's fine. But don't lie to yourself and think that there aren't solutions. There are solutions. They may take longer, they may take shorter, but there are. So when you're ready in your own time, and you really take your time here, you can step forward and start to release any judgment that you had on yourself of what you could do and what you couldn't do, and how you had to look or behave in a certain way. We are letting this go, okay, sweetness, and we're sending it back to sender, return to sender, okay? Just return to sender. And just say, I believe in myself. I believe in this life. I believe in myself. I believe in this life. I believe in myself. I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. I believe in myself. And I believe in this life. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. trust myself, and I trust my instincts. I 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 trust through the throat. Inhale through the heart. Exhale through the solar plexus. Inhale through the sacral. Exhale through the root. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to go much slower, okay? So, inhale. Exhale through the crown. Inhale through the third eye. Exhale through the throat. Inhale through the heart. Exhale through the solar plexus. Inhale through the sacral. Exhale through the root. Inhale through the sacral. Exhale through the solar plexus. Inhale through the heart. Exhale through the throat. Inhale through the third eye. And exhale, of course, right there through your crown. So just cleansing that out. Cleansing it out. Letting it go. Releasing it. And just say to yourself, as you release this in this session, just say to yourself, I let this go. I let this go. Sometimes during these sessions, it'll be easier universe was like, stop, go focus on this, especially my health or my life or my well-being. Go focus on that. Worry about that first, and then you can come full circle. And the more that I opened myself to that, the more I was able to not only feel better in life, but to redo old systems and patterns that I had felt very deeply inside of me. And to this day, I uncover and I try new approaches in ways that I never imagined that I would be able to experience. And I find myself in a state of gratitude. I can't say all the time, I live everyday regular life, it is what it is. But the moments that I can take out and just be in gratitude, it feels so very special. And it feels like I felt like home, and it's such a wonderful feeling to feel at home within my body. It took me a long time and a long life to be able to do that, and so I take all of these skills that I learn and that I experience and that I grow with, and I bring it to the community and share it with you all. And I teach others how to do that, as well as just kind of live my life, just allowing it to be. So, if you get anything from this, just live your life how you want to live your life, and that is all you need to do, sweetness. And for any of you all that are curious or interested in the apprenticeship, the pre-week is happening, like I said in the beginning, July 30th. And so that is a week to experience what the apprenticeship would be like. Everyone is invited to join that. And for those who continue on, you will be attuned as a Reiki or first degree Reiki practitioner, and you will continue your journey on to a Reiki master teacher. And it is over a year. People work on themselves, they work on their healing abilities, their techniques, and all kinds of stuff, esoteric wellness and stuff. But I let you all decide how your life looks. So babies, if no one else has said it, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Love you. Just make sure you love yourself a little bit more each and every day. I know I sure do. And if you all had noticed that I had a lot of videos that were just going, I did take a nice long month or two to relax. I didn't realize how much I needed that to just feel, because I think I was so used to my routine and intuitive, and today we have a special session. It is all about cutting away the old. So we're gonna let that go. So if you're new to the community, welcome. You're now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. And for all of my returning babies, you get multiple kisses. Mama loves you. So let's just get started. So we're going to start with a prayer. And it is to ground us in community and allow us to be together in this moment. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay. You ready? Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So, whatever that first sessions too. So head on over to thempcommunity.com to join it, and it's only going to be this week. Once it's done, the cohort is closed. Don't come over here asking me, can you open it up? Oh yeah, I've been talking about it for 2 months. You heard me. So let's go ahead and get started with our session today. As we have these sessions, we say a prayer. Shout out to Saturn going into Pisces. This is gonna be interesting, y'all. For all y'all with the Saturn returns. Happy it's not me. Anyway, yes. So we start a session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is a prayer to root us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, let's go. Okay, ready? Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, religions, traditions, and spiritual paths that bring out the best in us. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. So let's just start to pull out any stress and love. Love's supposed to feel good. But when I explain love, sometimes I think people are thinking like love as in, oh, it's always joyous and romantic all the time. That's actually not what I'm saying. It can be romantic, and also love doesn't have to be romantic at all. Anyway, just saying that I think a peaceful love is more important than the up and down love. I'm like, Jesus, sit down. So that peaceful love. And I think that's a wisdom thing too. The older you get, the more you're like, you want peace. You do not want problems. You want peace. Why? Because you want consistency in your heart. You want to know that the person who deeply loves you today is going to still deeply love you tomorrow. The person who wants to build a life with you today is still going to be there, showing up and working towards that life tomorrow. You don't want to feel like anyone's just like gonna pull the rug out from under you. No, you want to feel as though you're building and building and building more and more and more and more. So breathe in and out here, okay? Now let's practice something here. I want you to bring your hands right here, and we're going to do some self-work of pulling out, okay? And as you pull out, you can pull like this, you can pull like this, but let's just take that energy out, okay? So take a deep, 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, release. 2 more. Exhale, release. And final breath, inhale. Exhale, release. So let's work here, and let's just start to, as we are exhaling on our own now, let's start to pull this out. Inhaling and exhaling. I want you to get used to doing this so that at any time you need to pull out the energy that is no longer serving you, you can do that. Sometimes you can go to the crown of the head as well and just cleanse that way, but just almost like you're weaving. So you're pulling out, you're sending on, keep on doing it, pulling out and sending on, pulling out and sending on. Now just notice your body. Take notice here. Inhale, exhale. Do you notice any stress, any tension anywhere in your body that you feel like it's wherever that is? You can place your hands there, or you can be mindful of it and just inhale yourself to be aligned in two halves just coming together. Okay. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? What's showing up for you now? Okay. Now, in this moment, want your hands up like this, and you can put them on your lap, you can put them on the side, whatever you need to do. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to bring some energy in, because we're saying we want to receive, we want this good love, this love that feels so great, okay? So we're going to place our hands up, pull it in, exhale. Now in this moment, I want you to see the most beautiful love that you've ever seen. And I don't want you to just think of the aesthetic, what something looks like. I want you to feel that energy. I want you to have a sense of what would your life be like. And it has to be peaceful. It's not just superficial. It's the full experience of what you honestly need, where you're honestly at. And look at how this love supports the confidence you have in your life. Look at how this love just continues to work through over and over and over again. That is the true love in this experience. Okay, so let's just get out. And as we're creating space, you gotta do the hard work. And the hard work here is you gotta let go. Surrender to the love, but also make peace with those who need to leave. Oh, that's a tough one, right? Because you thought the struggle love was gonna work out. I'm not saying you, but we've all been there a time or two, you know. What I'm saying to that is struggle love is not just romantic. Child, it's even worse in families, okay, and friends too. But release and let go, surrender. Whenever someone doesn't show up to meet your expectations, say thank you, universe, for showing me who they really are. Because if I say I want this kind of person and they're demonstrating to me that they are not that person, well, I guess it's very clear. I can't expect a new outcome from the same situation. Release and let go. Be happy for them, but most importantly, be happy for yourself. Believe that love can feel supportive even when it comes to family, especially chosen family. There are many people who can be a mother figure, a father figure, a parental figure. There are many people out there who can have energy and breathe energy into your life as a sister, a sibling, a brother, yourself, do your thing, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. Blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica. Sup? I am a Reiki Master Teacher and intuitive. I also go by Jet. And this is your nightly self-care routine where you come and you take care of yourself, babies. Okay? So if you're new to the community, welcome. You're now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin, so come here. And for all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We start this session off with a prayer. And also we have a very special session. We're going to be working with blockages and removing old karma. So we start this session with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer. It's a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay, you ready? Dear universe and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Okay, so let's go through this. So when removing blockages, especially love blockages, we're just moving the energy up and down, sending it to where it needs to go. Okay, and relaxing here. Now, as I'm working on this, everyone on my block is seeming to be having a party, which is fun. So I can't even hate on that. They out there playing games and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, so just breathe, inhale, exhale, and just take your time here and relax into this, okay? So, when we're removing or we're taking away, just allow little pieces of the past, little past experiences, times way back when that you need to let go of and you need to make peace with. Just let those little experiences go and release them on to their next karmic path. Just flowing in here and working through this. Now just balancing your energy here. is just the momentum of life, the momentum of doing something. So it can build into anything. So what you put your heart into, what you put your time into, what you put your thoughts into, that continues to go. It continues to grow, continues to have momentum. So when you're in a cycle and you need to get out of that cycle, how do you break that karma there? As well as there are good cycles that you're in and you want to stay in that and you want to support that. You want to continue to feed that. Well, to keep it simple, just keep doing what you're doing for the things that are working out well. And for the things that you want to make some movement and make some shifts in doing, it's time to separate that out. Separate that out and send it somewhere else. Understanding that you are protected, you are supported, you have guidance, session, and I hope it helped with releasing. Love blockages, like any other blockages, is just stagnant energy, and sometimes it's just trying to get through. That really is the problem. So don't confuse yourself and feel like, well, if it's uncomfortable, then it means that I should just ignore this problem. No, look at it, relax, just ask yourself, okay, what's the path of least resistance? I'm a little uncomfortable, but I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is all about protecting you from jealousy, love protection, and removing any love blockages. So we're going to do a lot of cleansing today. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine or daily self-care routine, or whenever you show up in this space. And because you're one of my new babies, you get one kiss on the forehead. And for all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Okay, mama loves you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, I'm really cold right now, so I'm just going to put this blanket on. So if you'd like to snuggle up for the prayer, feel free. Any other time it's hot, it's like freezing. Okay, you ready? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. 2 more. Last breath. Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay, I'm trying to will myself to take my arms out of this blanket because it felt very good. I don't know, I had a little shawl thing. I probably should wrap it around my arms. But I'm going to be burning some stuff, so I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to light the blanket on fire. I made this mixture last week of sage, mugwort, bay leaves, and these kind of shells in order to create a certain vibrational experience. Every time I was thinking I wanted to say mugwort, but I kept on wanting to say mung beans. I was like, I don't think I put that in there. What did I put in there? yourself. Believe in the love that is surrounding you. Let's just remove any old love blockages, sever any connections that no longer serve you, and release it, release it, release it, release it, release it, release it. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. notice something that's not working, no matter how much you're in a relationship or you're not in a relationship, or how complicated things are, if it's not complicated at all, when you really put your foot down and make a decision, this is what I want in my life and this is what I'm going to accept, you bring that energy in. And today we have a special healing session. It is all about removing anxiety from your aura. So if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. This is just a place where you take care of yourself. You do what you need to do during this time, and you come back every night because we're here at the same time. I hope you've been enjoying your time, whatever you've been doing during the summer, and just doing what you do when you're doing it, giving what you need to give. I feel like there's something on my shoulders. So, if you're new to the community, babies, and I will refer to you as my babies because Mama loves you. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to all my new babies, and welcome, welcome back to all my returning babies. Mama loves you. Okay, now we're gonna get into it. We start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, babies, let's get started. May I touch you? Okay, you ready? Dear universe, and all for the highest vibration of good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information from our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I Am Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. So, when we walk around, we have our aura, the energy that is around us. We can also call it our boundaries, subtle bodies, depending on the tradition that you are interested in, that you practice, that you follow. Different words, different levels, different kind of understandings of what is this between me and you, what is all this out here. And when we're on our journey, at times we can be put in a situation in which we start to kind of get some freeloading energy. Have you ever been around somebody you really, really like? They're super cool, and once you leave them, you go home, you kind of start to have some things that are kind of similar to them. You just liked something about them, and you're kind of talking like them a little bit, just a little bit, you know. Maybe they're a little bit more free-spirited, and it just kind of opened you up, released your inhibitions a little bit. So the same concept that we can, you know, bring on that, it's more of like when you see another person's light, it helps you to be open with your light. So being around other people can activate that within ourselves. But the reverse is true as well. We can be in situations and scenarios where you're around people who are negative, who are gloomy, who, you know, it's just, you feel like the energy is just weighing you down. And on that side, you carry that along with you too. And it can sit in your body in multiple places. But what we're going to focus on today is those boundaries, or this aura. So it sits on the aura. So what it does to us internally is it starts to make us think like, this is how things are. You know, this is just the way that life is. And I don't want to be kind of confused As you know, during these sessions, it is a removal process, but the real work happens when you go out in your life and you actually utilize some of these things, these boundary building things, in order to prevent this from happening, you know? Okay. So just inhale and exhale. And so just pull out. So what I want you to do is take 3 deep breaths, okay? Hands to heart. Your heart center. Relax here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath. Inhale. Exhale. I don't know why I did all that, but it felt right. Bring your hands to heart. Finding peace and balance and centeredness in this one moment. Breathe it. Release it. And as you exhale, I'm going to pull out. So keep going. Keep going. Okay. Breathe through this. Release it. Let it go. Release. Let it go. Release. Let it go. So, you know, I think as time has progressed, I don't think we have to process everything that's happening that we pick up. Meaning, like, when we have those traumatic experiences that happen to us when we're younger, of course, a part of the life progression is we're going to have to process some of these things. But eventually it gets to the point that as we are going through life, the things that we pick up in that moment, learning how to just send them through or send them, you know, here we go, being able to process it without having to overanalyze it, and sometimes not even having to analyze it at all. We do not have to take on the burden of whatever that baggage is. So if you're around energy that is kind of has a lot of self-doubt, and then you kind of start to feel that way because that negative energy is on your aura, it doesn't mean that now you have to go into a deep dive like when you already know the answer, but you just need to be surrounded by someone or a group of people who are just talking about the answer. You're like, okay, I just need a little, a little dust off. I get it, babies, I get it. It happens. So just taking that out. And you know what I say, be sweet to yourself, Have a lot of grace during this time. That's actually something we're talking about on Patreon. Surrounding ourselves with the support system that gives us grace. Not everything will always be perfect. We're not always on the up, and likewise, those around us, not everything's going to be perfect. Not everything is always on like, high energy, da 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 da. And that's okay. Do we receive grace? And do we give grace? Because this journey is a large journey. There's a lot that goes into it. And that can be exciting. At least I feel like it can be exciting. In many ways. And just releasing and just continue to match the air with that, the breath work here. And don't be afraid to put a little pizzazz into it. I don't know what putting pizzazz would mean or certainly entail, but if you got it, do you? So taking this out. And how we navigate and process things internally, it's just different, Each person is different. That's okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Just find what's best for you and break the rules, Do what is best for you. Nothing truly is set in stone. You are a co-creator of the life that you want, and you figure out how to do that over and over and over again. Good job. Good job. Just continuing to work through that into this space, into this moment. Take your time here. We gon' take our time today. We gon' take our time today. We gon' take our time today. Just taking this out. Taking this. 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 Taking this out. Taking this. Taking this. Taking this. Removing this from the energy. Removing this from the energy. Removing this from the energy and taking it out. Just inhaling and exhaling here. Finding space here. Finding space here. And working with yourself, letting it go. Removing that negative energy from you. Moving that negative energy fevers, or just the certain systems in our body not working properly. Short term, it can just be very uncomfortable. Like, you could tell, you're in your body, what feels right, what doesn't. You could tell something is off. So we want to, as quickly as possible, just kind of cleanse that out and work through it. Well, babies, until next time, remember to be sweet to yourself, and I love you, but who cares? I am Jessica. Hello. I am a Reiki master, teacher, and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is all for those who experience anxiety, so we're going to be working through that today. So if you're new to the session, welcome, babies. Now you're my baby. This is your nightly self-care routine where you take care of yourself, you do what you need to during this time. So welcome all my new babies, and welcome back all my returning babies. Mama loves you. Okay, so we start the session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, let's do it. You ready? Okay. Dear universe, in all for the... May I touch you? Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intention and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am Ashe. 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 Okay. So, working through anxiety. So I talked about this a bit in the blockage video. So in my meditative reflection, I was thinking about, how do we experience anxiety? How would you experience anxiety versus how I would experience anxiety? And what I started to think about is that how I feel anxiety probably feels different than how you feel anxiety, because our bodies are different and there probably are some similarities. But I started to think there are so many feelings, emotions, and things that we have within ourselves that describe a whole array of things, and we categorize a large group of things into something very small. This is just anxiety. I'm going to give you an example. When you are going into a better paying position, and maybe it's a job you've never had before, and you start to experience imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome can invoke feelings of anxiety, even though it's better pay, even though it's something that'll help you in the long run, even though you have all the skills to make this successful. But the feeling of this new thing, this thing that you haven't done before, gives us a similar alert within our body of something like anxiety, like a trauma that you have experienced before, and that you feel like a new situation is going to be the same, but it's two different things, but it's kind of being meshed together. So that made me think, listen, whatever your anxiety is trying to tell you, listen to it. Now, as we work through it on an energetic level, it is important to know there are multiple things that can create anxiety. It can simply just be your body's chemistry. That's how your body is. It can also be having a traumatic experience that has happened to you, or several things that have kind of accumulated, and now your state of being feels anxious because it just doesn't feel safe. On an energetic level, what happens here is that when the soul has a traumatic experience, the soul starts to hover above the body because it no longer feels safe. That's why a person might feel disconnected if they've been anxious or depressed for a very long time. And bringing that soul back into the body brings that life nobody really cares because I put it on a poll. But it is so important that we really take this for granted, that these micronutrients, meaning supplements, vitamins, the things that our body needs to actually work the system out correctly. If we have a deficiency or a surplus or things like that of these things, they can wreak havoc in our body, and we might treat it in other ways that actually won't necessarily solve the problem. There are entire systems in our body that won't work properly if we have these issues with these balance, because our body wants to be in this state of homeostasis, meaning the brain wants to be in a state of homeostasis, meaning it's kind of telling the rest of the body, hey, run these systems correctly. And when we have an imbalance someplace in these micronutrients, it kind of throws everything off, and that also can cause anxiety. I'm not playing with you. Low vitamin D linked to anxiety and depression. Magnesium can be linked to anxiety, low levels of magnesium, and then just all kinds. These are two examples that I'm giving you. Just all kinds of things that if you have an issue with your thyroid, that can throw things off. So it can impact the brain as well. So there's so many levels. So many levels. So we work through the energetic care, but there's so many ways to approach it. Even physical activity can impact. For example, if you are working out too much, or you're exerting yourself too fast, and your body is not trained to do that, you can stress your body out, and it starts to use the micronutrients in order to balance itself out, and that can cause a deficiency as well. So I'm not saying, hey, don't be active. What I'm saying is be mindful, listen to your body, as well as being sedentary, not making any movement, not doing anything, can also wreak a lot of havoc in the body. So this is just basically saying, listen to your body, make movement, do what you need to do. But anxiety is linked to a lot of things. It is not just one clear-cut thing, and there might be some overlapping things too. And I've said this, and I'm going to keep saying this. The quickest and easiest way to change how you feel in your body is through what you eat. At first, I used to think it was through like mindfulness training and affirmations and stuff, but that requires actual effort. But if you don't just put anything, you just don't eat anything, and you say like, I'm only going to eat really, really green, leafy vegetables, and I'm going to make sure that I'm getting all my macronutrients. Macronutrients are your proteins, your fats, your carbohydrates. You're getting all of those nutrients in a very healthy way. Your body, go to sleep, wake up the next day, your body will just feel better. It just will. It just will feel better. And then you can add on to that those other things too. So anxiety is multiple things. That's why I say it's really important that when you go to your doctor, you ask them to do that routine blood work. And if you are lucky enough to have health insurance, ask for everything you can be tested for under your preventative care appointment, which is that free appointment that the insurance gives you. And that's when they can kind of put all that stuff in, so you don't have to pay out of pocket for that. And then when you notice any of these things that are happening, any imbalances or things like that, then you can start to do research and take action. And the way that I like to do it is I like to head on over to Google Scholar. If you have some familiarity with like journal articles and stuff, they all pretty much read very similar. You can just jump to the abstract. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, then you might just do some doctor Googling just to understand, how does iron impact our body? How does calcium impact our body? How does fill in the blank of something else, and folate, how does it impact our body? And that can start to get us to understand how these things impact us. It's really quite fascinating. Like, people can have a deficiency in something and have extreme anxiety from because you know how you feel. And what you're doing is you're just, you gotta think like, I guess the best way to think about it is like, think about a wealthy person. When a wealthy person wants to start a business, what do? They're not doing the work, they're not doing the effort. They're hiring out experts, and they're not as smart as these experts, but in order to build whatever it is that they want to build, they do it that way. So look at your health in the same way. You don't have to go here and learn every medical specialty, every esoteric specialty. All you have to do is hire out in the areas that you're interested in, but you got to make the executive decision, and you guide them, and you got to fire people too if they not working in the way that you need it. So as you're here, we talk about the esoteric aspects of anxiety. The anxiety is sending a message, and what is the message needing to tell us? What is the message needing to tell you? And I wanted to give that little disclaimer of all of those other things that create anxiety, so nobody is just walking around thinking like, how dare they say that my anxiety, this pain, is just my body trying to tell me something. This there's multiple ways. And also, I don't want you to think the other way, which is, oh, I'm having this anxiety, it's just trying to tell me a message. No, you could have a actual imbalance that you need to get checked out. The message is still valid, but the solution is multifaceted, and it's going to be seen all around your life. So let's take a moment. In those moments that you have experienced anxiety, what is it that you are trying to process? Because it's always something. The anxiety always comes up somewhere. It'll be something like, oh, love, or it'll be money, or what am I supposed to do in this life, or those big spiritual esoteric questions like what, or existential questions. Why am I here? Why is there suffering? Like just all of these kind of big questions, whatever that is for you. Think about that anxiety. Sometimes anxiety also is the powerlessness of the future, feeling like things are grim and there's nothing I can do to stop it, versus the reality, which is I don't have to do anything to stop anything. All I gotta do is focus on my life mission, life goals, life things that I need to do right now. I don't have to be responsible for the whole world, because if you take care of yourself, you empower others to take care of themselves. But if you're constantly throwing yourself onto other people, you are going to expect other people to come and nourish you back. No, nourish yourself, and then any of that excess energy you have, give to others freely without needing anything in return. But you can't do that unless you fill yourself up first. And the answers you need will be there. They're actually already in front of you. You just kind of have to open your eyes, and by eyes I mean like your mind's eye, to the answers. It's amazing how that is, because when we're closed off, we can't see those answers. When we open, it's like, damn, this shit been in my face this whole time. It's been here this whole time. And it might have been things that you have already tried before. You just need a little bit more help or what you feel does not have to stop you from living your life. Does not have to your life doesn't begin when you stop having those experiences. Your life is still going in spite of those experiences. Just working through all of that, just removing that from your energy to not impact you, and to surround you by love and understanding and happiness, and to experience this life the way that you want to experience it. The way I want to experience life is my way, and the way you want to is your way. And I remember, being younger, and I used to think like, you just assume everybody is experiencing life like you. No, I think this is what those multiple realities are. When people talk about like dimensions and things like that, I kind of look at it like this. Sure, there can be dimensions, but I think that for as many people there are on this planet, there are that many realities at least. And I think that whenever we have like premonitions or intuitive work, I think that we are, as a species, and even when we connect to other species on this planet, we are just one big web of conscious network. So a lot of times we might be tapping into somebody's day or somebody's experience or a collective experience that we're having all together. We are a part of these things, but yet uniquely ourselves. And the moment that we make a shift, that we say, I will not be afraid of this, and I will figure out how to make my life better, there's something in the collective that shifts as well. And someone else out of the blue just feels inspired to try. Doesn't mean they actually fall through with it yet, but it inspires them. So that is how we can take care of other people, when we take responsibility for ourselves, for our actions and what we do, and we empower that in other people as well. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope this has relieved some of the anxiety, and I hope you just enjoy life, and you enjoy life for every little piece, every little bit that it has to offer. And if nobody has said this, let me go ahead and say it. I love you, but who cares that I look this up? I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is all about removing blockages. So we're just going to remove that from your energy. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine where you just take care of yourself and you do what you need to do during this time. So welcome, welcome, welcome to all my new babies, and welcome back to all my returning babies. I just felt like a little bit of, Anyway, welcome back to all my returning babies. Mama loves you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, okay? So we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer, just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Do I have your permission? Okay, let's get started. May I touch you? Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. Okay. So we're going to start by just that beginning layer. Very much so surface level, very much so root chakra. Start to remove those blockages. Now, a couple things that happen with blockages. Sometimes it's stagnant energy, and sometimes it's just kind of a too much activity going on that can create the blockage inside of us. So we just gotta work through that, okay? ever feel like you got so much to say and you're holding it back at work, in life, wherever? And when that happens, what happens there is it creates stagnant energy. If you are suppressing it, that means the energy's there, but you are blocking it off, and the energy gets stuck in that pattern. If it's something in which naturally there is not enough energy, so energy just can't keep flowing, it kind of stops there, that's another reason. So it just really depends on what you in your particular situation need. Okay, let's just go through that. This can be applied to different parts of the body, different things that are going on internally, and just move and release. Move and release. It's like when you think about life and you have like a big goal, you know what I like to call them? I like to call them big crunchy goals. You got a big crunchy goal, and for some reason you just can't get it. You're like, and other stuff you can get, but just some of these you just can't get it. And sometimes it might just be an energetic blockage. You know, the solution to most things, I believe anyway, is a change of habit, breaking cycles, and kind of that full process of what that is. But the blockages is kind of, it represents where we're kind of cut off from those opportunities in our life. And sometimes we don't even know it's a blockage. Like, we learned to experience life a certain way, and we actually might call it something else. It's so interesting. I was reflecting the other day on like anxiety and just the feelings of feeling anxious, and I wondered, I was like, whoa, what I think is anxiety may not be what everyone thinks or is categorizing anxiety. I'm sure there are things that are similar, but maybe things are different. And then I started to think more thoroughly, and I was like, wow, there can be an array of emotions or feelings that remind us of anxiety, but are telling us other things that actually have nothing to do with being anxious. So in the same kind of situation, there are a lot of experiences we're having in which we can be blocked off from certain things. We can be blocked off They're trying to do good in the world. Look at how they get you. I don't know who they are. I just, just removing those blockages. Oh my gosh. In this moment, I just had a very surreal moment of all of the healers that I enjoyed, and then creating this space, and now I'm on the other side. And I would say that it actually feels different than I thought it was going to feel. It feels like the same life I had, just doing it in front of a camera. My unsolicited diary entry of that. But the cool thing is, it was very unexpected, though I worked hard. I feel like trying to create this space in which people can come and enjoy. But in doing that, I felt like, oh wow, this is possible. It's possible to do this. So now can't nobody tell me nothing. Now I feel like, oh, if I put my mind to it, I can build whatever I want to build. But I think that is a part of the blockage. I felt like earlier in my life I did a lot of self-sabotaging because I was so dedicated to the people that I cared about. I just kind of cared about what they had going on, but I was trying to do what I felt like I needed to do, and it just was constantly competing. But as soon as I kind of broke through that blockage that was happening in my life, then I had a very different experience. I started to feel like, oh, there is space for me out here in the world. I realized that I was kind of busying myself with other people because I wasn't sure if what I was doing would work out, but I didn't have the same emotional ties to helping someone else. And in fact, I felt like I could inspire someone to push past their limits versus how I felt in the moment at that time, not being able to push back past mine. But once I was able to do that, that blockage that was there kind of like disintegrated. It was no longer a thing. And so I say all of that to say, push past your limits. At first, the little things are so uncomfortable, but then you just gotta take your time and get past it. And then, once you get past it that first time, you don't notice it again, because even if you have to face it again, it just doesn't bother you. But then the kind of goalpost gets farther and farther away, and sometimes things are cool and coasting, and then you hit another thing you gotta get over. You're like, oh God, I still gotta work on myself in this life. So much life to go. So much life to go. Haven't I learned all the life lessons yet? No. It's so funny because I can see all of the life lessons that I've learned, prior. And they were just on it was on an existential level. What is the point of me being here like that? I felt like that's where I was at, and trying to find meaning in this life. And now that I feel like I have meaning in this life, now it's like, how do I bring the things that I feel like are important, that my soul has incarnated into this experience to have? How do I bring it out? And how do I not lose energy in doing that? Meaning, like, when I get bored, I feel like, oh fuck this, I don't feel like doing X, Y, and Z. How can I keep that momentum going? But I no longer worry about those other things that were blockages before, which was what is my purpose? Why did I go through these things? Why, what is like trying to understand every little thing? It shifted and it changed. But now it's like, for me, this is what you want and you go after it, you will make it happen. But what I don't think I did was I didn't analyze the importance of the goals that I had. Was the goals that I desire wasn't really that important? What is the origin of those things? And then I started to realize that when I started to analyze it, half the stuff I didn't even care to do. Didn't even care to do. Once I separated myself from it, I'm like, this stuff really isn't that important in my life. And it freed up a lot of space. But when you free up space, it's like there's this open area. It's like, what do you do with that? You know, getting past those blockages. Like, now what do I do? And sometimes it takes time for that next thing to come. But what I've learned is just live life. Literally just enjoy life and take it easy, you know? Do the best that you can. And it's just kind of mind-blowing because I was always the person on the go, doing 15 things at one time. But it's just, you know, taking time and enjoying life. And I feel like I'm so much just happier and at peace. I also, you know, I've always been a person who enjoyed solitude, but I would seclude myself because I didn't know how to have healthy boundaries with people. I didn't know how to enforce those boundaries. Nowadays, I can be around people, and because I'm actually very introverted, so I can be around people, but now I feel comfortable saying like, no, will not do this, won't do this, da 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 da. So I can let my actual personality show versus having to just seclude myself, you know. And I'm happier because you can't be around everybody's energy at all times, okay? You can't be everything to everyone. In this journey here, actually, I feel like as time progresses, I feel freer. And I feel so proud of everyone who has used this community to work on themselves. You know, that's my goal, that's my intention. I'm gonna keep showing up, and we're gonna be doing this and doing this and doing this. So pulling out that last bit of blockage and reinforcing those boundaries. Boundaries are so smart. Boundaries are a game changer. And boundaries are different than being rigid. Someone who is just so afraid, they're kind of so stuck, they're afraid to move, they're petrified. That's not a boundary. That's also something that is not, you know, it's a healthy cycle.